We're talking Culling Knockout Cup at this hour. The tournament has been enthralling and has seen underdogs dominate. It's Stellenbosch Fc who advanced to the final along with TS Galaxy. Now joining us in studio to talk about the tournament are three distinguished guests. Arne of Culling Black Label is here with us, along with former players Mandla, Masango and Happy Jele. Gentlemen, good afternoon and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Quinn. It's lucky to be here.
Thank you. Let me start with you, Arne, from a brand perspective. And I mean, we know Culling Black Label Cup for past couple of years has been something completely different. It has rebranded. Just tell us about the new tournament and why the rebrand.
Sure, Quinn. So I think for many years we stood almost apart from the league. And it was very much a Kaizer Chiefs Orlando Pirates affair, and it was fantastic. We really enjoyed the amount of energy, the amount of fan engagement that we were able to generate by giving the fans the power. Because at the end of the day, if COVID taught us anything, is that when the fans aren't in the stands, the game sucks. So the more fans you have there, the more interaction you have with fans, the closer you bring the fans to the players, the better. So for many years, we did that. And we got lots of hate online. People were like, hey, what about the other teams? What about Masango? What about these sport are playing well? So we've explored things with the PSL, and they've been fantastic partners. And what we did last year with Abulekile Masango is we opened up the gates just a little bit because we allowed the fans to choose 4 teams to come compete. And what we've done this year is all 16 of the PSL clubs are competing for this gorgeous trophy. I mean, if Mercedes AMG was a trophy, it would probably be this. So it's great for us to now be a part of the PSL, part of the league. And a knockout tournament is very much Culling Black Label because it's the best team on the day. It's not about managing points. It's not about a long-term, every game is a final. And we've seen some really small teams bring it on the day and make it through. So what's happening this year is we're not taking that power away from the fans, we're actually increasing it, because the winners from this knockout tournament that we're going to see next week in Durban on the 16th of December, Stellenbosch versus TS Galaxy, that winning team will then go play an all-star team, which gets consisted by the fans. So the fans have voted. We've had more than 2
So from all the other 15 teams
all the other 15
that were knocked
teams,
out.
Absolutely. Okay. Which is why I'm a little bit happy that all 3 of the big teams are knocked out. I know that's weird to say.
Yes, because that was going to be the next point. Many are saying, well, is it really going to be a big tournament with the 2 minnows, if I can call them that, with due respect to Stellis and Galaxy in the final? And I'm sure the gents will tell you here that everybody wants to see a Chiefs Pirates Sundowns in the final.
Well, you're seeing Chiefs players, you're seeing Sundowns players, and you're seeing Orlando Pirates players play in the final in this Culling All-Star. So the Culling All-Star team consists of 6 players from the PSL who are made up of all Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Masango, and there's 1 Amazulu player currently in the
So that is the current as they stand?
That's the voting, and we've had more than 2.2 million votes up to date, and people can vote up to the 21st of December. So that all-star team, now you're going to see a combination, we were speaking about it earlier, of Kermit Erasmus with Ashley Dupré. So here you've
throw in a Tembazwani there, throw in a... Okay, that sounds exciting.
So all the fans...
So it's like Bafana A or Bafana B.
It's if the fans could choose Bafana.
Yes.
This is what the Bafana team would look like, the All-Stars.
Yeah.
So the winners from this tournament, from the knockout tournament, the first team who's going to get their names engraved on this trophy are going to play this, what you call the Bafana, the Culling All-Star team, on the 6th of January. So it's new. There's a lot happening. It's taken us a lot of effort to try and tell people about it, to communicate it. But South African soccer fans get it. Right? We get the fantasy league thing that becomes reality. And here it is. There's an actual game that's happening.
I want to touch on that before I bring the 2 gentlemen into the conversation, Arne. The whole idea of Culling Black Label Cup in its previous format has been the fans being involved. I mean, apart from the All-Star, are the fans still involved have they been involved in this current tournament?
Well, if 2.2 million votes is involved, then I'm thinking yes.
Yeah.
Right? And we've definitely seen a lot of communication. There have been some things that people have strong opinions about. And even on my jersey here, you'll see this around the logo here. This is all 16 of the stadiums. So every home stadium from every team playing in the knockout is represented in this graphic. And we've seen votes from all the different provinces, from all the different teams. I'll give you an example. You'd think that Kaizer Chiefs have the most votes in something like a Man of the Match or in a Fagigolo Zobona. That's not the case. TS Galaxy broke that record last week with almost 30,000 votes for who's going to score the first goal in the semi-final last week. So we're seeing great engagement outside of the top teams, what you would call.
Let's park it then. I'll come back to you. I want to get it then from a player's perspective. Mandla, what do you think of this? And I mean, especially having seen the Black Label Cup in its previous format to what it is. And as fans have been saying that they've been calling out for all 16 teams to get involved.
I think it's a good initiative from Carlin, because now everyone gets to participate. And all the fans all around South Africa get the opportunity to vote for a man of the match, for argument's sake, where it's not the panel that decides. It's the fans that get to decide.
But really you are still about that man of the match. It creates a lot of drama, that whole man of the match.
Yes, but if there's a bit of drama, that's what we strive on, you know. You need that little bit of drama where it's combined by the fans, and the fans get to say their final say by voting.
But Mandla, you know, fans would just say, I want to give it to a Chiefs player, even though they lose.
No, but then I get your point.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, you have the opportunity, or the fans have the opportunity to stake their claim by voting.
Sure.
To say, my man of the match is this one, irrespective of the other one. So it's quite exciting and interesting that the fans, they decide, unlike where the panel decides and then people will complain. Now, who are you complaining to?
Because you are the ones who voted. And just quickly, again, to your side, it goes back to that whole point of the idea behind Carlin saying that you are in control as a fan. You know, you choose the man of the match, you choose, and you get an opportunity, I guess, to win big prizes along the way.
No, absolutely right. Carlin never comes with an empty briefcase. So except for making really, really good tasting...
Where's the briefcase?
You have to talk after the show. I think we might have some cold ones. It is after 12 after all. So we make some really good beer. And I think lots of people agree that Carling Black Label is by far the best tasting beer out there. But we also believe in recognizing and rewarding the champion within. Because it's all about leaving everything on the field. You don't just get a Carling. It's effort, achievement, and then reward. And that's, I think, what Mandla was saying, is that you as the player have this opportunity to prove yourself, to show to the fans, and maybe to put some data to your statement. If it was a popularity contest, you'd see one player leading from the start, right? Everybody loves this guy. From the start, he's getting all the votes and right through the match. But that's not what we're seeing. What we're seeing is that certain players lead at different times during the match, which gives me comfort in saying that the fans have a say and that the fans' voice
They're actually
counts.
watching the game, and participating.
You get some guys who try and vote for man of the match before the match starts. Like, you get these guys.
Yeah.
But it's not possible. You can see, like, they're going on the thing and they're pressing they're trying to vote for man of the match, but obviously, like, that's not possible. And my pushback to anybody who says, but only it's a popularity contest, is go vote. Right? Go and, if you don't agree, go vote. You don't even need to buy a beer to vote for man of the match. So we've opened it up to anybody, right? You don't need to go buy a Carling. You need to go buy a Carling to vote for your all-star team. But to vote for man of the match, everybody's welcome to put that name in the hat.
Happy, let me bring you in. I mean, from what we've seen from a footballing perspective, how has the tournament been? And Arne was touching on this issue of the big guns being knocked off, and it always creates that whole excitement that, you know, maybe the playing fields are level. But from your perspective, how have you seen the tournament from a playing perspective?
No, the tournament has been good. You know, you can see still it's been doing well. TS Galaxy knocked out the Sundowns. Orlando Pirates knocked by Richards Bay. And Kaizer Chiefs knocked by Amazulu. So it was an interesting tournament, as you see, because everyone didn't expect that so-called small team are in the final. You know what I mean? So the cup at its own is bringing vibe at its own. You know, so it's exciting because the small team like Steve Barker is going to the final, and TS Galaxy on the final as well. It's going to be interesting for Mpumalanga and Cape Town, you know, meeting the Durban, so it's going to be an interesting game.
Another aspect that I want to touch on, you know, having seen how the other teams have been playing, happy staying with you, is that now you're starting to see the level, the playing field's being leveled. And I think that's what we want to see in football, in that there's no such thing as a big team or small. Well, the Sundowns can win the 10 games and all those other things. But at some point, when you are matched, you know.
I think for me, it makes football interesting in terms of there's no small teams. Not about only the Sundowns win trophies. It's not about Orlando Pirates win trophies. Now it's all about everyone. Everyone needs to compete for a trophy. And it shows now. It starts by Carling Black Bull knockout. Stellis, TS. One team's going to win it. And it's so-called small teams, like I said. But the most important thing, we need variation of winning trophies so that we can compete in the league.
Well, I don't know what the Kaizer Chiefs people have to say about winning trophies, but this is about Kaizer Chiefs. Mandla, from your side then, I mean, you were speaking about the involvement of the fans. But again, if you look at the kind of football that we have seen, how would you sum it up from what you've seen? I mean, especially leading into a final where you see a team like Stellis that is playing such fantastic football.
Actually, when the tournament started, I had a conversation with a friend that all the big guns will be knocked out. Like, I had that feeling, and it's good that you get teams like Stellis. They've been doing really well. And what I like about them is that most of the players, they come from the development team. Imagine now they're going to get that experience of playing in a final. It's not every day where you get such an opportunity. And also for like TS Galaxy, they've been playing well in all the matches that they've played in the Carling Knockout Cup. And now they're in the final. Imagine they lost against Sundowns, or they won against Sundowns, and then they go all the way and win it, or go all the way and lose it. So it's a 50-50 chance, and I'm glad that both teams are in the final. They deserve to be in the final. They've been fantastic.
Arne, I want to bring you back again from that perspective of a new tournament. Generally, how has it been received? You know, innovations aside, prizes aside, and everything. How has the people received this new tournament in its current form?
Yeah. I think the reception has been very positive. If we look at things like sentiment online, like all of these share of voice kind of marketing metrics, but it's more about how it makes you feel. And when you watch a game and it ends up 3-2 in injury time, that's a fantastic football match. No matter what the tournament, no matter what and if our whole mission with this knockout, specifically this year, because we called it Pagogezi, right, to bring the energy, because we felt like we needed to put a big carrot there at the end to make people really push themselves hard. And if you look at the number of goals, just in the semi-finals, we had 8 goals scored. And there's almost nothing worse than getting to the end of a game and it's level. And then you play extra time, and then it's level. And then it ends up on penalties. Yeah, guys. You know, if it's 1-0 in the first 2 minutes, like what we saw from TS Galaxy, then the game's on. Then there's all kinds of things happening. Then the one team's trying to park the bus, the other team's trying to break through, you see, and that's where you find the magic of football. So we're very proud as Carling Black Label to be able to bring that energy, to enable the teams to showcase the kind of talent we've got in South African football, because it's there. I was having a chat to Brasteve Kompela, and apparently the physio came to him. He's like, "Hey, Brasteve, I've never seen the team practice this hard, you know?" And Steve asks him, "Why? Why do you think it is?" He says, "Hey, 100,000 rand man of the match." And we've seen someone like Ikram Reiners from Stellis, right?
He's been racking it up, eh?
300,000 rand. 300,000 rand, Yana, there just for playing some fantastic football, and here they are in the final. So it's great for us to enable that kind of football, and any innovation that we bring always has some kind of a goal in mind. We're not there to go do corporate graffiti. I don't like just putting Carling Black Label's name on things and walking away. It's great for us when you can see people care, when they really engage with a tournament. So sentiment's been good. Like I said, 2 million votes plus. You can still vote. Anybody who wants to go out and buy a Black Label, you can vote. If you don't want to buy a Black Label, you can vote for man of the match. or you can predict the goal. Fagi goal uzobona. Because this Fagi goal uzobona thing, people thought it was a joke, it was a hoax. But we've given away more than 1.2 million rand. And that's split half to the team, because we need something for the team to care about. So who wants to score the first goal? Both Stellenbosch and TS Galaxy have won more than 150,000 rand. And you guys were talking about enabling small teams. So let's say at the end, Stellenbosch win the whole tournament. Then they've made like 7 million rand that they can go put back into developing. They can go buy players, they can get more facilities, they can... So this is a way in, a break, for a smaller team, if they make it, to go and show their mettle. And now for the final, we're not giving away 90,000 rand from start to finish. We're upping that to 900,000 rand. So how that works is when the game kicks off, right, whistle goes. There's 90 minutes on the clock. But there's also 900,000 rand in the bank. And every minute that goes by, 100,000 rand comes off the clock. So if you score in the last minute of the game, sorry.
That's how it works. I want to get it from a player's perspective again. Mandla, coming back to you. I mean, because when you guys played, man of the match was like 2,000.
DStv.
Or you just got a trophy and then went home.
DStv.
Or were you getting that the decoder? I mean, do you think that inspires players, Mandla, to go on, as Arne was telling the story of Brastiv and how the players are going? Does that inspire players to go and give it their all?
No, it does, most definitely. Because imagine 90 minutes, 100K. Even if, like, you're working a 9 to 5, you'll never get there, not in a million years. So it really does motivate players to go all the way and try and achieve that. And it's a good incentive for December now, you know. Trainers, maybe you must loan me.
Let's, as we wind down the conversation now, talk the final itself. Happy, how do you see this one going? I mean, looking at the two teams and how they have played, you know, who do you think, based on what we've seen so far, is likely going to have an upper hand?
Oh, it's a difficult one. One, I'm from Mpumalanga and TS Galaxy is there. Two, Stellies, they've been doing well. I've been watching them. You know, they've played very well with transition, playing good football. So it's a tough one. And even TS Galaxy, they work. They've been working so hard to get where they are today, and they deserve to be there. So, Ash.
Happy. We're running out of time.
Okay. I wish Stellies can win it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think they have what it takes to?
I think it's going to encourage a lot of youngsters that are there because they're coming from MTC.
Literally from the MTC.
Yeah. So they're gonna taste the feeling of winning things.
Yeah.
So I feel that.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to go to Chiefs to win things. From your side, how do you see the final?
It's going to be difficult. It won't be an easy game. It will be more tactical. Like, the team that pays more attention to detail will get the opportunity to lift this gorgeous trophy. And I've been predicting all the time, and I've got it spot on most of the time.
So what's your prediction this time?
My prediction this time, I would like to lean towards Happy's side, but there must be someone from Mpumalanga who has to win it.
So you're saying TS Galaxy can go with this one?
Most definitely. You cannot beat Sundowns and then not win this trophy.
You cannot beat an unbeatable team.
Exactly.
Hey, because Sundowns is on another level. And last word from you. You know, big final. You know, a lot of excitement around it. From your perspective, what's the expectation, especially in the final?
So from our perspective, the final is much more around creating an event.
Yeah.
Because it's all about entertainment. It's great watching some football. It's fantastic watching some football that isn't in June, July. Anybody who's gone to Carling Cup in the past used to freeze. Now it's going to be Moses Mabhida. It's 16 December. The big boss gave us the long weekend. So now you're going to have the 15th. You're going to have the 16th. My advice would be is to go buy a ticket. We've got lots of great acts. DJ Tira, Kuzani, Youngstana, Tebe, Ugezi. So all this, it's going to be a smorgasbord of entertainment, and it's going to be lots of fun. So go buy your tickets for the final. You could do that at Ticket Pro, and also buy your tickets for the Carling Cup match, because that for the first time is now happening in Polokwane.
I was just about to ask, when is it?
So it's Polokwane. It's on the 6th of December, so before the January Blues kick in. So it's that first Saturday of January. It's that 6th January 2024. You can go buy tickets now. Tickets are only $40. So if you want to go see a showcase, you can see Pirates players, Chiefs players, Masango, everybody playing together against either Stellenbosch or TS Galaxy. Go buy your tickets for the 6th Polokwane, and you can do that at Ticket Pro.
I'm just glad that the game is going home in Polokwane. So that's the only thing that for me doesn't matter who's we playing, but I have an opportunity to go home. Arne, thank you so much for coming through. Mindos and Happy, great to see you guys, and thank you so much to the both of you for coming through. So the Carling Black Label Cup final is happening next weekend. It's Stellies and TS Galaxy, but still a lot of activities around it. The All-Star, that still you have the power as a fan to choose, that will be playing with the eventual winners.